My beautiful Piscean souls. It's the Healing Grasshopper here to do your first reading in 2026. Can you believe it's here already? It's bizarre. This is your January monthly reading. Hold on, let's just get a little sip here. Let's see what we got. So the first two, hmm, that's interesting. The first two readings that I did for this month, which is Capricorn and Pisces. I mean, Aquarius. Um, we're very positive. And I always do it like that. Capricorn on through the zodiac. Um, and I always use the first three readings as I don't know if the word is used. So observe. The first three readings are the seems to set the tone for the rest of the collective. So you're included in that, Pisces, where things feel really positive. Things feel the way they should in the new year, right? Because we think of the new year as a little baby with the hat on it. Things should feel fresh and new. And which is very cliche, but it doesn't always feel like that, right? Last year didn't really feel like that. That last year kind of felt for the collective like, okay, things are difficult. We're getting through it. Things are fixing to change, and we've got a lot of work to do to, you know, start to see changes. Hang in there was kind of the feeling. But this year so far feels more like, you know, fresh and new and a lot of baggage truly left behind us, you know, where 2025 didn't quite feel that way. It feels now more like, okay, I do see new things happening. I'm not having to deal so much with, the old things. Is this ours too? This is ours. This? Okay. Not reversed. Okay. So the Hanged Man talks about perspective, which I'm thrilled to see in the beginning of your reading here. It's an upright hanged man. So this is um, especially in the beginning of the year, hangman is very nice to see. This is having the right perspective, having the right outlook on things, where things may not be perfect for you, but you're not Eeyore about it. Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, like everything's bad. He sees um, a rain cloud and everything. Um, this is not you. This is you really starting to see the signs that the universe has been giving you, that things are changing for you. Temperance is, and that's interesting because um, Aquarius got the same card in a different position, but somewhat of the same message, where your attitude towards things are are balanced and that you understand, especially, okay, you understand that you have the potential to make things harder for yourself if you catastrophize things as they come. Because we have, as a collective, everybody, not just Aquarius, have had a lot of difficulties coming up for us in the past handful of years where it's been so difficult and so many, so numerous, right? So like dominoes, all sorts of things happening uh wrong in our lives, that it was very easy for us to think about things like Eeyore, like everything's bad and not, there's no light at the end of the tunnel in sight, that kind of thing, where that period in your life has taught you that the sun really does come out. Um, and how if you have the right outlook on things and you look to positive things in the future, things are not so bad for you and you can get through them quicker and you can get to the good parts easier. Ace of Wands is a reminder from spirit that your guides are in the trenches with you. And things are happening for you, not to you. Um, right? So when you are thinking, when you have the right perspective um, on things, on your life, and you have an even keel in your thoughts and feelings and your emotions, you are able to hear the downloads easier. And this is the universe's game plan. This is you and the universe in a huddle. This is what we're going to do next. But if you have your heart and mind in chaos, you're not going to be able to receive this, right? But you know that, you've learned that. That's part of the lesson that you've gone through in the past handful of years. hmm Three of Pentacles. Yeah, man. The world, for sure. Let's just get our third card and then we'll talk about them. Are these both ours? No, this is ours. This is not ours. Okay. Reversed? Not reversed either. Okay. Yeah, isn't that interesting? This really is setting the tone, the three of you, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Three of Pentacles is about your status, for lack of a better term, in life, and people's appreciation for you. And this is a position that is not easily gained. This is a man who has been through a lot, learned a lot, is in a position of mastery in his life. And there are people around him that see that full well and appreciate that, right? And look to patronize you and gain from your knowledge. Um, so this is like you've come a long way, baby card, you know, and you're not alone in it. People do see that you've come a long way. The world. The world is about entering a new paradigm. This is fresh and new. The world is, oh boy, here comes the boss, the supervisor. So the world is about you entering a new chapter, a new phase in your life. And Hangman amplifies it because it represents your awareness of the change, which is a good thing. because this is definitely a time to be present in your life. This is the kind of thing in your life that you're going to look back on um, fondly. You know, there are times in your life that you can look back on now and, have a warmed heart about it and think of it fondly, like I said. But also remember the fact that things weren't perfect, you know, but they were special. That's what's happening now. This is a special time in your life where things are going to happen for you for the greater good. And I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see like Wheel of Fortune or the Star come up for you. Um, okay, nice. Reversed. No. Excuse me, little girl. Could you go play or something? I love you so much. Oh my goodness, all the ear kisses. Okay, hold on, guys. 6 of Wands talks about celebration. And here is the recognition here too, right? Because 3 of Pentacles, there's definitely recognition here. This is more recognition. This is having people in your life who are celebrating with you, who are wishing you well, who are really enjoying seeing you do well. And some of you may be thinking, like, I have no idea who those people are. I have, you know, nobody but jerks in my life. It could be true, um, because the collective right now, especially for the past handful of years, have been going through a transition. I don't know how many of you have heard about the Earth split, right? Um, where the higher vibrational people will be going into one paradigm and the lower vibrational people into another, right? So there's been um, a lot of transition in the collective's lives where they have been recognizing relationships that are not going well and wondering why they're not going well and wondering where are the people that vibrate on closer to your own level, do they exist? Where are they? And you're looking up at the sky like, why am I alone in this low vibrational universe, right? So, what does that have to do with this card? I'm bringing that up because you may have felt that way, that you were alone in the world. But for those of you who feel that way, you won't be feeling that way for much longer. You are going to start to come across people who are higher vibrational and have good things happening for them in their own lives and can appreciate the good things that are happening in other people's lives, instead of feeling envious of others and wanting to tear uh, other people's um, fortunes down and that kind of thing. Um, you're going to come across less and less of those people and more of the people who support you and are truly happy for you, um, which is nice because, yes, you can celebrate. your wins on your own, but it's so much more fun to have other people cheering you on. And, well, three more. These, this ours, no. Any of these? No. It's a fumble. Okay. I need three more. There. Queen of Swords, yes. Okay, two more, please. So, Queen of Swords. Again, we were talking about the past and the low vibrational people that we've had in our lives that we're beginning to sift. Well, not beginning. We've been sifting through. The universe has been making you confront the reality of your bad relationships, where you've been tolerating them, um, but the universe has really been making it more and more difficult for you to tolerate low vibration in your life, right? And you have learned to no longer tolerate it and cut it out of your life, which is what Queen of Swords is talking about here. This is not reversed. But this really, in your reading, is really screaming of mastery of this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords does not think twice when it comes to cutting something that doesn't serve her out of her life. She doesn't try and talk herself out of it. She doesn't feel bad. She just knows that it's not for her, so she removes it. It's that simple. And that is something that you've learned in the past handful of years, where before, I know that's true for me, where especially when I was younger, remember some specific instances in my life, in my early 20s, my mid 20s, when, and especially the first situation stands out in my mind, where I started to realize that, wait a minute, I don't have to tolerate BS in my life. Where, when you're in your adolescence and pre-adolescence, it was all about collecting as many friends and people in your life as possible, and it was somewhat of like a badge of honor to have a million friends. And you would hold on to those uh, friends for dear life, didn't want to let go of a single one of them. And a lot of them, you learn as the years go by, are toxic. And for me, it was in my mid 20s when I really started to realize, wait a minute, not all of these people belong in my life. Some of these people gotta go. That's what the Queen of Swords is about. She assesses things, and she is also the queen of red flags, too. Because of what she's been through in the past, she is, got a PhD in relationships now. When she meets people, she comes across people in her life, she can sniff out BS really easily. And she sees the red flags no matter how small they are. And when she spots those red flags, she does not ignore them. She acts accordingly. She's like, oh, red flag. Oh, nope, not for me. Chung. Right. Not in my life. Yeah, see? Reverse, no. Three of Swords. So these two cards are emphasizing the low vibration in your life. There's an emphasis here on what you don't want in your life, right? The right perspective on things, you moving into a new life. And this is like having a look at things in the past that didn't serve you and how you have learned to deal with it and where you are now with dealing with this sort of thing and mastery that you've gained. And also your ability. Oh, I didn't talk about King of Pentacles. We're going to get to him. Your ability to work through this. How the Three of Swords, say 15, 20 years ago, was very painful to you back then. And that it took a whole lot of energy and time for you to process them, right? But now, a Three of Swords, first of all, this happens a lot less, right? Because you don't let things get to this point because you are the Queen of Swords now. But if these do happen, it's just kind of like, oh, well, this didn't work out. This is not for me. I don't have time for this. Time to go. There's much less of the wailing and mourning and all that business. You're past that time in your life. Page of Wands, right? This is talking about a reflection of the past and not dwelling on the past, right? Reflection is very different than dwelling. You don't want to dwell, but reflection is productive and it helps us moving forward. But then we have like I said, our outlook here is Page of Wands, right? The right perception and our outlook and how we're going to operate moving forward. Have some clarification. Ace of Cups. You see? What did I say about the low vibration and the higher vibration coming towards you? You've done the hard work in removing low vibration from your life and being able to spot the low vibration. And now incoming you have, and what's important though, going through this process didn't harden your heart. This is open heart, but in a healthy way. This is your capacity to love that is attracting the right love towards you. And all types of love, platonic love and romantic as well. Is this ours? Not ours. Okay. What else we got? Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Okay. I'm nearly there. Every subscription counts. It's a quick gesture that costs you nothing but really means the world to me, helps me out a lot. Mm-hmm. Five of Pentacles. Reversed? Is this ours? Not ours. Okay. You know what I just heard? I just heard sight for sore eyes. This is the sore eyes. This is the sight for sore eyes. Um, yeah, this is just talking about what you were reflecting on in the past. How, there have been times where people have betrayed you, people have made you feel unloved and unappreciated. Oh, I still haven't talked about King of Pentacles. Made you feel loved and unappreciated. Um, you may still have this feeling, but it's not an acute feeling. This is an old feeling that kind of lingers in the back of your mind or heart, you know. But this is melting away because you are entering your new paradigm with people who don't make you feel like this. People who make you feel like Three of Pentacles, right? And the Six of Wands. And how your heart will be open for the right people. What else we got, Spirit? Nine of Wands and the Three of Cups. Two more, please. Okay, so I'm going to take this time to address the King of Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles is one who knows how to uh, build, is one who's built a kingdom around him. King of Pentacles is one that, people would look at the King of Pentacles like, wow, the King of Pentacles has everything. He's so lucky. He's got so much. But these people have not seen the work that he had to do in the past to get here, right? He has been through it and he's learned how to build a kingdom, how to manifest, how to attract the things that he wants towards him. This is you. There's a lot of this whole reading exudes like mastery and next level. The lovers. See, the lovers came out for all three of you, Capricorn, Aquarius, and you now. In prominent positions, too. The lovers here is putting an emphasis on relationships, right? And we've talked about this. There've been that message throughout before this even came out, right? Um, the lovers is a neutral card. It's not about, oh, love and, sexual lovers. This is two people who have been placed in front of each other by the universe. That's all this is, right? So this is just pointing to the fact that, oh, and it's on top of the world here. This is spirit making an emphasis on what we've already been talking about your relationships with others and how your relationships are going to be transitioning from a pile of dog ish to positive, more useful, nourishing relationships. And you being able to spot them and go in that direction where that wasn't as clear to you in the past. Oh, look at the King of Pentacles. Very nice. The King of Pentacles sitting on his throne, comfortable in the position that he's in. So, what does that mean for this month? There will be some reflection on the past. Like, look at how terrible things were, and look at me now. That doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to be perfect and you're going to have a mansion and all that. No, but you are going to be in a better place than you have been in your recent past. And you're going to feel it very, very strongly and be grateful as you look back at what you've been through. You're also going to have a lot of pride in how you handle things and the lessons that you've learned and the tools that you've gained, right? A very good month to start out the year, Pisces. Okay? If you guys have any questions, you've got anything to say about this reading or anything else, I would love to hear from you because I answer every single comment. So drop me a line and I'll see you in the comments, okay? Um, I love you, Pisceans. I hope you enjoy this month and I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.